I'm Darren Seary. I'm the development manager. Yep, round of applause. I'm Darren Seary. My company is Optimum Modular Solutions, and I'm the development manager for the project. Thank you all for joining today. Agenda. Today I'm going to be talking about the what, the how, and the when. I'll be handing over to Andrea Evans, CEO of Valley Team Ranch, to talk about the why and why this project is so important to the good work that the Valley Team Ranch does in the community. We're honoured to be joined today by Mayor Jared Dyer. Thank you for coming, and Council Member Mike Carbassi. Thank you for both joining. They'll be saying a few words. And then we have our architect and general contractor, Benson Ty and Doug Obam, saying a few words, and then we'll wrap things up with the photographs. Okay, so starting off with the what. What are we building? We're building 96 one-bedroom affordable housing units. They will be spread across a vast site. We have common amenities. We have amenity-rich spaces in terms of laundry rooms. We have we have a multi-purpose room. We have lots of office spaces. But the really nice thing about this project is the site. We have a vast site. We take challenges and we convert them into advantages. We have a great big power lines going through our site, which we can't build underneath, but it does open up to a vast open space area, which we're going to fill with open areas and grass and lots of areas for people to congregate, to grill, we've got a small park area, and a small basketball court area. So lots of amenities. The other good thing about this project is that we're providing Wi-Fi throughout the entire site. So our residents will be able to work, study, surf, and stream anywhere on the site, which is a nice advantage. We are going to be 100% electric, energy efficient, very energy efficient project, which will, we've got lots of solar panels on our roofs, as you can see. We're going to be able to obviously reduce operating costs, but also be able to apply for pretty sizable energy rebates, which will help offset or further reduce our budget for development. In terms of when, well, this is when a development manager will typically stand up and say, it's been many years in the making, this project, and there's been a lot of hard work and effort. Certainly there's been a lot of hard work and effort from everybody, but because of that hard work and effort and the amazing team we've worked with, I'm very pleased to be able to say that we only started looking at this project last year, and we're going to be moving residents in this year, which is an amazing achievement. So now for the how. How do we do this? How do we produce high quality units at a fraction of the cost of conventional construction in a time frame that is rarely, if ever, seen? Well, the answer lies with modular construction. Our buildings will be built in a factory in Northern California, just north of the Bay Area, by our partners, Factory OS. Each of these modules will be big boxes, 72 feet long. Each of these modules will contain two fully contained units with everything inside them. Kitchens, bathrooms, appliances, finishes, electrical, everything. Just move-in ready. And they'll be transported here, craned into place, and we'll go from foundations to buildings in a matter of days. And then we just finish up with the roofs and the outsides. In terms of being that they are manufactured in a factory, we get efficiencies in terms of anything that is manufactured compared to manually built, so we help reduce costs. And the best thing is that we're building the buildings while we're doing the work out here, which means that by the time the foundations are ready, our buildings are ready too. So we save on an awful lot of time there. And in terms of quality, I know you're going to love the quality of these units. Andrew, you've seen them. I know there's a few that have visited and seen the quality of these units. Stainless steel appliances with quartz countertops. These are really nice units that people will want to call home, which is great. I know Andrea is going to come up and talk about a lot of different things and thank a lot of people, so I won't duplicate all of that, but I will thank, I do want to thank Valley Team Ranch and the City of Fresno for supporting this project. It is going to be a first of its kind, hopefully first of many, that is going to be a rapidly deployed, very affordable product that we can hopefully replicate throughout the city. So with that, I'd like to introduce Andrew Evans, CEO of Valley Team Ranch, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. I am honestly overwhelmed to see how many faces in the crowd, some faces that I've seen for a very long time and some very brand new faces to me. So thank you so much for just coming and being able to support our new program, the Welcome Home Project. For those of you who don't know who I am, I have been with Valley Teen Ranch for 18 years. I started my career at the ranch working at house number 3 as a direct care staff, and my passion for this organization and the mission and vision has grown so much. I was given so many opportunities to work in several different aspects and different positions, and in 2018, when Connie Clendenin, my predecessor, she retired after 30 years, and so I was hired on by the board of directors at that time. The majority of the community is very familiar with Valley Teen Ranch in that we provide residential care and a foster family agency for foster children. But what they don't realize is that Valley Teen Ranch has also operated a transitional living home for homeless youth for over 20 years. And, you know, we provide a home for them. We provide mentorship, life skills, teach them how to grocery shop, teach them how to budget, and just making sure that they have that hope that they need to be able to move forward in their lives. You know, there is nothing like having a kiddo that comes into your program who has been literally sleeping on the streets and has said, I can't believe this is the first time that I have slept in a bed for over a year. And those types of conversations are literally gut-wrenching to ourselves, to our staff. And so that's why we continue to do the work that we do. You know, VTR's mission has always been to provide safe and healthy homes for all children, youth, and families. For the last few years, our board has, you know, we've really been talking about what is it that we can do to provide more homes for these kids that are living on the streets, that are exiting foster care because they're aging out. And we've been thinking about it, we've been praying for it, and we've been talking about, you know, purchasing a small duplex or maybe fourplex to be able to have the opportunity to, you know, to put our kids as they're leaving our transitional home and being able to exit into permanent housing. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit on us. And our longtime friend and supporter, Carolyn Kutka, who is with us today, she came and she was just talking to me about an amazing organization, the Axe Foundation, who was working on this project. And this project came in, forgive me if I do not get this story 100% correct, but Kevin Foster, who was having a conversation with, you know, Mayor Jerry Dyer, he went to him and he said, you know, Mayor, what is it that the Axe Foundation can do to help the city of Fresno? What is it that we can do to help support it? And it was very simple. He said, the city of Fresno needs more affordable housing. That is what we need. And, you know, at that moment, Kevin snapped right into action, and he was lucky enough to connect with a group of grant writers who knew about this Home Key project, and they had been very familiar about it. And in that moment, the Welcome Home campus came alive. That's what happened for them. And, you know, the City Fresno Planning Department got involved in this, and they just started moving forward. And I think, you know, I'll talk a little bit more about our development partners, but, you know, that's really where this entire thing started. There came a point where the Axe Foundation wasn't going to be able to move forward with this project, and we were sitting at a lunch, myself and Corey Bell, who is our treasurer, with Carolyn and Kevin Foster. And he looked across the table and he said, Andrea, would Valley Teen Ranch be interested in taking on this project? And Corey and I literally looked at each other, and for those of you who know Connie, it's a thing that she says that we all still say today, oh, that Jesus, he is so funny, because us as a board, we're like thinking so small, right? Oh, if we can get 2 more places or 4 more places, we're going to be so happy. Well, here we go a year later, and we are sitting here today at this amazing groundbreaking for such a wonderful project that, is extremely emotional. This is, as Darren said, we'll be building 95 units. But the special part about this project is that we have set aside 60 units specifically for youth. And when I say youth, I'm saying the ages for 18 through 24 years old. And so, that is the population that, we have worked with for years, that we are expertise at, and that we have a huge heart for. So these can be kids that are homeless, that are at risk for homelessness, that are getting ready to age out of the foster care system. And then we're going to have 35 units that are still set aside for the general homeless population. And I think one of the things that is the most amazing thing about this is we've always served just one individual at a time, one individual family. And what we have seen sometimes is that, we have fathers that have come into our program that they can't be true fathers because they can't have their kids spend the night with them. And this is really going to give them that opportunity to be full fathers. They can have their children living with them, whether it's full-time or part-time, whatever that looks like for them. This is not a project where, Valley Teen Ranch and the city, you guys are building a project and then you're walking away from it. We're not walking away. We have partnered with Neighborhood Property Management, who is also here today, as our on-site property manager. So there's going to be somebody here that's 24 hours a day, making sure that we're serving the youth and the families. We will also have 8 full-time staff members that are going to be working on-site full-time, assisting them, providing whatever goals that they are wanting to work towards in their life, that we're there to help them and support them. It is not, it's just to provide them a little bit of hope, a little bit of guidance, some mentorship that they might not have had in their life, to be able to give them that, that opportunity. We're just really wanting to walk beside them. That's our biggest goal. I'm going to talk a little bit. I could talk really, really long about the kids that we've served and the families we've served, but I think specifically about one individual who came to us, and he was 18 years old. And he came to Fresno because he was moving with his mom, and he was 16 at the time when he came to Fresno. His mom was here, and he came from, I think it was South Carolina. And he came to live with her, and they were here, and they were living together. Mom said, hey, I'm going to go on a trip. I'll be back. Mom just decided never to come back. So he was living on the streets. He was trying to couch surf, for 2 years until he was old enough to get into our program. And over the next 2 years, he was mentored. He had the opportunity to go to high school. He started junior college. He got an amazing job to where he saved himself up enough money to be able to move out. He purchased his own car. He had enough money to buy all of his own furniture. And he's living permanently on his own. He still stays in contact to this day. And we have so many of the kids and youth that we have served that they continue to call us because they know that we're always going to be here. It's not because, you exited our program, peace out. No, we are here to help you. We are here to love on you. So he called and he talked to the program director of our transitional living home, and he is currently married, and he has a son, and he and his wife are getting ready to transfer to Germany and live there because he is in the military. So, these are the success stories that keep us going. For us, I'm like, if we can just help one person and give them that hope and opportunity that they need, then we have met our mission. So I really could talk forever, so I will cut it short because it is super hot out here, so I'm going to make sure that I wrap it up a little bit. I do want to acknowledge Mayor Jerry Dyer for not only the support on this project, but the support that he has given Valley Teen Ranch for many, many years. I want to thank Council Member Mike Carbasi. Where are you? Thank you so much, just for your continued encouragement as we are, getting ready to build in your district. You show up whenever you're needed. You answer the phone. I really, really appreciate that. Not only as a partner in this, but also I live in the community, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. For Phil Sky and his team at the Fresno Development Project, I cannot tell you the amount of work that they do behind the scenes to ensure projects, not just this project, but projects like this across the city that they are involved in, and they are extremely working all the time. Darren, oh my goodness, without you, I would be like flailing more than I am right now. He has led me along. He is our project manager, and boy, does he manage this project. Any crazy question that I call him with, he's answering that phone. He calms me down, makes sure I understand, because this is not the world that I work in. So thank you very, very much. For the following, this is part of our entire development team that, things that I didn't know. So I'm just going to kind of say some names and that I just really appreciate. We have our architect group, KTGY, here. Benson is here, and he'll be speaking with us shortly. Factory OS is going to be the ones that are going to be building these wonderful modular buildings that we're going to have the opportunity to go and visit. Queering, thank you so much for just all of your hard work and all the subs and all the other things that you are doing constantly. I want to say thank you to Legacy Building Company. I see Mike and Rich here. Thank you so much. I call them at very random times as well, and they show up for that call to action. K2D, Rise Utility Design, Harbor and Associates, Murphy Berg Curry, Broussard and Associates. I want to thank my board of directors and my staff that are all here that are always show up because they support this mission of Valley Teen Ranch, and they really truly care about the kids and the families that we serve. So, again, thank you all for being here, and now I would like to welcome Mayor Jerry Dyer to say a few words.
Thank you very much, and this is an incredibly exciting day in the city of Fresno for a lot of reasons. I know it is for me, it is for Councilmember Carbasi, and it should be for the people who live in Fresno, not only the ones that are living in this neighborhood, but throughout Fresno. And, as a mayor, the two things I like the most is groundbreaking as well as ribbon cutting ceremonies, because those are signify new beginnings in our city. And so my favorite tool is the shovel, which we utilize today, as well as the scissors. So this is a great day and a beautiful day in the city of Fresno. And here's the reason why. We are going to see some firsts that occur in our city. Number one, this is going to be the first modular project or modular campus in terms of affordable housing in our city. We have not had one prior to this, and I believe this is the way of the future. And not only is it going to provide an incredible home for these youth, but it's also, we're going to be able to build these more quickly, more affordable, and when that happens, it's a good thing for the city of Fresno. But it's also going to be the first large-scale youth-focused campus in our city, the first. And the thing that leads to homelessness in our city, quite frankly, we have veterans that unfortunately end up on our streets, unsheltered, and they are one of the contributing factors of homelessness. Our seniors, unfortunately, oftentimes end up on our streets unsheltered because of the fact that they can no longer afford to live in a place in our city. But the third is our youth, specifically foster youth, those that are timing out or aging out of the foster youth system. So when this project began, and it was true, I met with Kevin Foster and I, we were at my wife's aunt's funeral at his church that he spoke at. And afterwards, Kevin has always asked, how can I help the city? How can I help the city? And I told him what our most pressing need was we were in a housing crisis. And one of those things that we were struggling with were those people that ended up on our streets, and that was our youth. And I have to tell you, that brief conversation caused him to just take off. And I know LifeBridge Church is always involved in our communities, whether it's Madera or Fresno. And through the Axe Foundation, that's really what got it started. Now, I'm sad to say we weren't able to continue with that partnership, but I am glad to see that God had a plan. And that plan was to take something that may not have worked and to allow Valley Teen Ranch to become our partner. And that is something that we're very, very proud of. And I believe that this project is really going to stem the tide of homelessness within our city as it pertains to our youth. Now, how did this project get funded? We're very fortunate. We partner with the state of California, and we have been the recipient of a lot of home key dollars. If not for those home key dollars, we would not have the success we've had over on Parkway Drive, purchasing all of our motels for emergency shelter. In fact, we've partnered with Fresno Housing. We have 9 of them. Now 8 of them. One's been converted into permanent affordable housing. But $21.9 million, the largest home key award that we have ever received in our city to go on this project. And then fortunately, with the support of the council, we contributed another $2.8 million to this project from the American Rescue Fund, from the federal government. And so I would guess that's going to take care of at least 90, if not 95% of this project. And then the rest is up to you, to Valley Teen Ranch, Darren, for you as a project manager. But we're very confident that the $24.7 million investment that we've been able to make collectively is going to go a long way in transforming our youth in Fresno. And it's all affordable at 30% area median income. So we're here to celebrate a groundbreaking for the buildings. But it's not the buildings we're really going to celebrate, is it? It's going to be the transformation that occurs in the life of our youth that live in these buildings soon to be built in our city. And so as the mayor of Fresno, I am proud to partner with Valley Teen Ranch, an organization that has a long history of investing in our youth and saving our youth. And this is one thing, as we were just chatting. Oftentimes, Valley Teen Ranch gets involved in the lives of people once their lives have been broken. This is an opportunity to get involved in the lives of our youth before their lives are broken. And that's what we're here about today, stemming the tide of homelessness in our city, and this project will do that very thing. And now it is my privilege and opportunity to be able to introduce a champion for this particular council district, District 2. You know, oftentimes when we do projects, such as this one, any affordable housing project, it can be met with some level of resistance from neighbors, and it's generally the council member that takes the brunt of that. And they're also the one that deal with a lot of the neighbors in order to allow them to gain the buy-in that we need. And this individual did that. And he is somebody I deeply respect. He's a friend, a colleague, and a champion for the city of Fresno, Councilmember Mike Carbasi. Mike? Is that a good-looking suit? You got one too. I must have missed the sale. Buy one, get one free.
What the mayor won't tell you is it's very difficult to say no to him. So yes, I'm Mike Carbasi. I have the honor of being the councilman for Northwest Fresno. Thank you so much, Mayor, for all your help with this project. I grew up in this neighborhood, and it means a heck of a lot to me to be here today. This lot has been vacant for all my lifetime. And when you're under power lines, it makes it difficult to develop. And fortunately, everything came together because we've had residents complain for years about illegal dumping on this site, about big rigs parking along here, and now you have an organization like Valley Teen Ranch that's going to put millions of dollars back in the neighborhood in beautification, building beautiful sidewalks, and solving a big issue we have in our community. It feels really great to be able to go to the ribbon cuttings and the groundbreakings. This one, for the mayor and I, feels different because for years people have been saying you've got to do more about homelessness. Under the mayor's leadership, Fresno is one of the few cities in California that has actually, by numbers, turned the tide. And we are turning the tide on homelessness. It's because we make investments in projects like this so we can say welcome home to vulnerable populations that are susceptible to homelessness. Our foster youth are very susceptible to this happening. So before that happens, we have passionate people like Andrea and her husband and the people at Valley Teen Ranch, like Kevin Foster and the Axe Foundation, that say, we're going to get involved early to show them. What did you say about showing them love? Just giving them joy and love? Yeah, just showing up. Because they don't have that. I'm lucky. I'm lucky I had 2 parents. My mom is here today. I want her to see what we're doing here today. I'm lucky to have had that as a kid. A lot of them don't. So we get to come together and do it in a responsible way. Because the last thing I want to share for the taxpayers out there, this first of its kind project that we're doing in Northwest Fresno is going to be a model for this entire city. You've seen projects like this, from dirt to ceiling, cost $500,000 to almost $750,000 a unit, we're doing it for less than half that cost. What better use of taxpayer money to help vulnerable people avoid homelessness? This is a wonderful thing you're doing. The last thing I want to add, you know, I've said before, and being in government for 5 years, I've learned there's a lot of things government can do to help, but it can't just be government. We rely heavily on our partners, especially our faith-based partners out there. Pastor Foster, about 1.5 years ago, you planted a seed. The mayor went to Sacramento and got us some money, and we watered that plant, and it's now sprouting to this groundbreaking today. And with the love and care of Valley Teen Ranch and their organization, and the work of Phil Sky and so many of our partners of the city, within a year, this project's going to be built, and we're going to move kids in, like you said, Darren, thank you for that. And it's going to make this job and all the criticism worth it. So thank you so much for everything you guys have done. Thank you, Mayor, for your support, making this possible.
Well, I can tell you, as someone who works exclusively in modular construction, a successful modular project starts with a really good architect, one that really understands modular construction and designs within the confines of modular construction. So with that said, I want to welcome Benson Tai with KTGY to say a few words.
Thanks for the introduction, Darren. It's nice to see everyone here today. Affordable housing is critical, and modular construction is going to get it to us faster. I'm on a number of affordable housing projects, but this one is special. During the process, I've been working alongside Andrea and Darren, Doug, and Factory OS, and with their commitment to affordable housing and their expertise in construction, I believe will bring about great care for the youth at risk and those that need supportive services. I'm honored to be part of this project. Thank you so much.
And lastly, where's Doug? Doug Oberman with Queering, our general contractor who's just got to put it all together and get it done.
Simple thing, right? Well, as Darren said, my name is Doug Oberman. I represent Queering General. So we are the contractor on the job, and I want to say it's such an honor to be allowed to speak to all you people. It's not lost on me. Usually the contractor is not invited to speak at something like this, and I think the perception is contractors, they just want to build. They don't really care what they build. On a job like this, that's not true at all. And there's a couple reasons why. Like Darren said, the model that we're using to build this is unique. This is new to the city of Fresno, and it's really exciting. Essentially, what's going to happen is these modules are going to be built somewhere else, trucked in, and then stacked like real-life Legos. And who doesn't like Legos? I know I do, which is probably why I'm in construction. At a time in construction where budgets and efficiency are paramount to jobs actually getting the green light to start, I think this module provides a solution that conventional construction just can't. And I know under the mentorship of Darren, he knows way more than any of us do about how this is all going to come together. I know this is going to be a successful job, and I'm hoping other developers see that and say, you know what, I want to be a part of a job like that, and I want to address the problem. Which brings me to my second point. At Queering, we have a statement about who we are, and it's, we build what matters. I don't think that could speak any more specific to this job. Hats off to Valley Teen Ranch and our local government leadership. You guys are seeing a need, you're rolling your sleeves up, and you're doing something about it. And we are just excited to be a small part of it. With that, turn it back to Darren.
Okay, that's a wrap. So just to keep a few things in your diary, the next step will be that we will probably have we'll be visiting the factory hopefully next week to see our prototype. So that'll be exciting to see. The unit's sort of finished, at least one of the units. And the next ceremony will be kind of late June, early July, where we have what we call a craning ceremony, where we'll see modules arriving and we'll be setting them. That's fun to see. And then the all-important ribbon cutting the end of this year. So look forward to seeing you all then. So we'll be having our photographs now. So thank you all for coming.